All right, Ron in here. We got the SP710 out here in the field. We've already done the compass calibration, which I don't have a B-roll camera set today because it's extremely cold out here, and the less things I got to fiddle with, the more I get right down to flying a drone here. We took us a while to get 12 satellites in, but looks like we're good to go now. And I'm gonna go up to the gear menu up top here and make sure we have everything set the way we want. We got it on metric, of course, which we want. We got max distance, max altitude, and we have return height of 26. So let's bump that up a little bit higher. All right. So that all looks good here. Sensor status. It doesn't have start calibration lit up, so I guess my calibration was good. And camera, we'll keep it on 2.5K. We'll switch it to 4K at some point. And we formatted the memory card at home, so we put a 32 gig SanDisk in here. I watched Ryan Duvall's video, and he said they recommended 32 gig disk. He said he had problems with the memory card. I slipped it in there, and it seemed like it was good to go. But we'll see here once we actually get up in the air here. Okay, so what's okay? If you update the data, well, we'll hit update. Yeah, I think that's updating just the stuff I put in there. I thought a firmware update. And on the camera settings, you have 2.7K. We got it 30 frames per second. We already formatted. What's this one down here? Brightness, saturation. That's the default. Brightness is 90. Saturation 100. We'll keep it at that. They have some effects here. Grayscale, bright, nostalgia. We'll just stay like it is. And I'll recommend a 400 ISO. I would down it here on an extremely bright day here, but we'll go with their default settings. You can move it. Let's move down to 200. It's kind of I'm out here a pretty bright day, so let's go with 200. Alrighty, and okay, we're gonna do the we're gonna unlock the engine. You can't see this on the controller. I showed you home. There's an unlock button on the bottom left-hand side, so we're gonna hit the that unlock button, and the propellers are now fired up. We're going to hit the recording with the button on the screen here. It's a mechanical button there too. Okay, we started recording. I didn't take off quick enough, so the engine stopped. So let's hit them again. Okay, and I'm going to hit the automatic takeoff on the controller. Okay, the drone is hovering. You can see that view. She hovered up to about a height of, I'm going to say 4 feet. She's dropping just a little bit. She's dancing around just slightly. She seems to be settling down. I definitely don't see any tulip bowling, so I guess I got a good calibration. And she's going up and down and side to side a little bit. So I mean, it's I think it's got a GPS lock. It doesn't have a DJI GPS lock, but I think it has a lock. So where's our battery here? All right, it says drone battery looks good here. Our controller battery looks like has 2 bars, and our looks like we got 4 bars on the signal strength up top here. These buttons don't function. They don't tap the function. So she's getting pushed around the wind a little bit here. So anyhow, let's take off here. Let's go a little bit higher. Oh, she's in rate 2 or something. She really went up there. Okay, so for all you beginners here, the stick on the left is your up and down. I can bring it down now, and then hit the stick up will go up. And now if you if you turn the stick to the left, the drone will yaw to the left. And if you turn the stick to the right, it'll yaw to the right. You just saw that. So, okay, the other stick on the right-hand side there, that's if you hit it, upwards, the drone goes forward. And, see the crab a little bit. You know, I can't tell if it's totally blowing or not. I think it's just got blown around by the wind a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just the wind blowing around a little bit. So anyhow, so if you move the stick to the left, the drone goes to the left. And if you move the stick to the right, the drone goes to the right. So that's the basic flight instructions here. So we're rolling video here. I hope the video looks good now. I do have to mention, this has no stabilization, it has no gimbal, no 2 or 3 axis gimbal, and it has no EIS, which it's short for electronic image stabilization. And now I'm not going to knock the drone for it because it's not advertised to have any type of stabilization on the box or in the advertising. So it doesn't say it is. So and it doesn't have it. So anyhow, okay, let's go down here a little bit. Some people come on the field here, so I'm going to kind of bring it back to me here. A couple bicycles and a dog on the field. And, I think it's doing okay. I think it just may be a little bit too windy for it. I did a screen recording for UAV forecast. I think it's a 7-mile-per-hour sustained wind and a 16-mile-per-hour gust. So I'm sure I'm not up very high. It's I'm meters in here, though. I thought I said to Imperial. But, not up that high, 7 meters, but, still high enough. I guess it's grabbing some of those wind gusts. Let's take it down here. Keep it low, keep it out of the wind gusts. Maybe I need a better calibration. It seems when I stop it, it seems to, I wouldn't say circle, but it seems to have a mind of its own. When, as soon as you're not giving it an instruction, it's not like locked in perfect. But the camera doesn't look all that bad on at least on the screen here. Outside of, again, that's not stabilized, but it's not supposed to be stabilized. You just want to leave yourself a lot of room for braking. Let me go to the other rate. Maybe I was in a low rate. I can't really tell. I think I may have been in a high rate. As soon as you let your, as soon as I let my fingers off the control thing, it immediately starts drifting to the right. Well, now it's not. Now it's hovering pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to come out here and test this on the day with the least amount of wind as possible, but, I do live right here at the Jersey Shore, not far from the ocean at all, just down the street, actually. So there's always an extra kind of wind breeze around here, especially at a certain height that, makes it hard to get an accurate gauge of how well these little drones fly. I mean, this is a 250-gram drone or under. It seems to have a decent amount of power. Like I said, if a wind gust gets a hold of it, you kind of have to really push hard, to get it going the way you want to again. So it is vulnerable to wind gusts. Even though I wouldn't say I had great wind gusts out here, but mean, it goes up and down. Oops. Don't want to return to home now. It's coming back. Return to home seems to work real good. It went up to the height I set at the return home, which, you know, that was, you know, these, I own a ball field, so there's light towers around here. I didn't have it higher than light towers, but I didn't have it beyond the light tower either, so it was nothing to hit on the way back. And we'll see how it does coming down the pad here. Of course, you don't have I don't have a B-roll camera running, but okay, I stopped the return home because it was gonna miss the pad by a couple of feet, but not bad at all for this used price level drone. And even though, you know, maybe just by chance, but I know Ryan said the drone flew back to him backwards on return to home. Mine came back with the camera facing me. So, you know, again, I don't know if that was just by luck, chance. Maybe I had the camera facing me and it just stayed like that. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people talk about flight characteristics of drones, and but with using that broad strokes terms, but they don't tell you what that, you know, what they mean by flight characteristics. And one of the most important flight characteristics to me is how good the drone can handle the wind. I mean, I've touched about this a little earlier, but if my drone cannot handle the wind well, if it's getting pushed the opposite way, you know, like I'm trying to push forward and the drone's coming back to me, or, you know, I'm trying to fly a direction and it totally goes a different direction, that can really mess your ability to fly the drone up. And, you know, it's, to me, that's the, you know, the worst characteristic a drone can have. Can't handle its wind. Or, you know, of course you have to know that, you know, by practicing what you know, what the drone's ability is to handle the wind and make sure you do not take it up when the wind is stronger than what it can handle. So, yeah, to me that's characteristic number one there that needs to be that my drones need to have. And this one, I think, you know, look at the, you know, the parameters I put there from the UAV forecast, the wind conditions today. I think the wind conditions today are too strong for this drone. I will try to get out here and fly it on a day, you know, when there's less wind, and maybe, you know, I'm keeping it low and close because I've got people in the field, and, you know, I don't want to get anywhere near them, especially with the drone, where I don't know exactly what its capabilities are yet. Which again, I think I had discovered that the wind that's blowing today is kind of a little bit beyond its capabilities as far as you know, what it can handle. So, but I seem to have, you know, decent range for this price level drone. I mean, you know, I had it, you know, all the way from third base over to the outfield in the other corner, and I still seem to have good control over it. So I guess that's something. Okay, let's see here. And I can control the angle of the camera with this rocker on the right hand side. There we go. Now we got a view of the ground there, the third base bag. And then we'll pull it back up again. There we go. I don't know if that's all the way up or not. I hear an airplane coming almost right overhead of us. I'm in Class G airspace here, no flight restrictions, but here comes a little plane right above us. I mean, I'm at 7 feet off the ground, so obviously I'm in the drone's not much higher than I am, but this plane's coming awful low in Class G airspace. Except no flight restrictions when I took off. So. And the battery, you know, I've got 14 satellites. This battery's still at 3 bars. You know, 3 bars out of 4. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, it just sort of kind of rocks back and forth. There I got a little bit of speed. The wind, I must be flying into the wind when it came back to me. It must have, you know, the wind must have been pushing back because it came back faster than I took it out, I believe. It kind of wobbles around a little bit, which again, you know, you would expect at this price class. I mean, I'm kind of impressed, you know, in the first flight. You know, I didn't know what to expect from this. You know, there was a small 250 gram and under drone. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect coming out in this wind, but I mean, again, this is the worst part of winter for winter weather where I'm at, and if I didn't get it out today, who knows if I got it out for the rest of the week, you know. So even though this wasn't the best day, I may not even get a day this good for a long time. So. I don't do range tests, but you know, it seems to have pretty decent range in this baseball diamond for a you know, pure Wi-Fi drone. So, I mean, this doesn't have anything like OcuSync or, you know, any of the fancy Wi-Fi protocols the more expensive drones have. Yeah, I've got people on the edges of this field here, so I'm kind of trying to stay away from anybody's moving around here. Aim at this direction here for a while, looking towards the ocean there. Probably not high enough you can see it, but. You know, when I'm flying, I guess, into the wind, you know, it seems a little slow, but otherwise the speed seems kind of decent. There's a lot of like teenager stuff around the field today because, again, you know, everybody's been housebound with this bad weather that, because everybody's taking an opportunity to get out and have a good time. Oh, battery only supports drone flying in 30 altitude and 100-meter range. Okay, so I guess the battery's so low now that it's putting a governor on how far we can fly and how high we can fly. So that's good to know. You know, you won't be able to fly it beyond its capabilities of getting back to you. Yeah, I'm going to have to do make sure I do a real good compass calibration next time. I think you have to calibrate the compass every time you fly this drone. So, but I'm going to have to make sure maybe even get a better one next time. I can't tell whether I just got the wind blowing around or I got a little bit of toilet bowl, because kind of when you're moving at a decent clip and you bring the drone to a stop, it always seems to kind of like, again, tow ball around a little bit, which again, it could be tow balling, or it could just be you know, some wind, too much wind up there. So we'll have to. We need more testing. All right, so I'm still at 2 bars. I guess when I get the 1 bar, I'll land this thing. It gets hovering real good right now. I have it, who knows, like about 10 to 15 feet in the air, and it's sitting right there, you know. So I don't think it's tow bowling. I think it's just, you know, case of the gusty winds. Because again, okay, there it moves just a little bit like a wind gust caught. I think when there's no wind, it's good. It's just that I'm probably maxing out his capabilities here in this wind. So, all right, I'm still at 2 bars here, 14 satellites. Yeah, you know, I definitely don't think it's tow bowling. You know, I think it's just the wind gusts made it kind of circle around a little bit when you give it a stop. Bringing it back to me now. I think the yaw one, it seems good. It seems, you know, like what you want for this type of drone. I mean, you don't want to super slow. Uh-oh, I'm getting a beep, getting low battery, so it's coming. Don't want to return to home on low battery. I think I said to go too high on the low battery. Now, it said it would only go up a certain height on low batteries, but I guess that gets overrode on the return to home. So here we go. We're coming down slow. Of course, this drone has no optical avoidance of any type. I saw in Ryan's video, he said it had that little thing on the bottom. I said looked like a screw. He thinks it's an optical flow sensor, so. And it's not going to hit the pad again. It's a couple feet off. Not bad at all for this type of drone. And it wouldn't let me cancel return to home this time because of his own you know, low battery return to home. Last time I was able to cancel you know, the return to home and land it myself, but this time it just kept coming down. So, alrighty. Well, that completes the first flight test of the SP-710 drone from Holy Stone, which, you know, these drones are sold on Amazon.com, of course, and you know, we will continue testing the drones. So, all right, thanks for watching this segment of the video, folks.